Hello guys, welcome back to another videos from Dosen Ngoding, and this time I would like to share you all you need to know about Filament PHP version 4 in one videos, and you can use these videos to learn Filament from basic to medium level that you can intermediate level, so you can learn and develop with Filament easily. So let's start with this one. All you need to know about Filament 4 panel. So there is so many terms, so many technical things that you need to know before you learn Filament. But the very first thing that you should learn is the panel itself. So let's see what we can learn from Filament panel. In previous videos, I already give you insight of how we can learn Filament by looking at their documentation. It's actually very simple. But the very first thing that you need to learn is the panel itself. So because Filament PHP itself, they said that open source UI framework built with Livewire to help you ship admin panels and apps fast. So the goal of this library is to give you a panel that can be used to develop with Laravel and Livewire. Okay, let's see the panel. So what is panel actually? So it is please be aware with your Filament journey. You will have several versions. Make sure that you are opening the latest version of the documentation, the version 4. And then you can start learning from this menu. Then the first one that I will recommend is to you learn about the Filament panels. Okay, I already have notes in Figma here. So what is panel actually? Yeah, this is the panel. This is the panel. This is the admin panel that you can use to manage your resource, to manage your master data, transaction table, and everything using Filament. So if you wonder, can we have a Filament as an administrator side and we have a normal Laravel or Livewire or React or Vue for our front end for the user? Yes, you can have that. This is the proof that I use in normal Laravel things, Laravel with Blade for my website in course website in Indonesia. And I also use the admin panel using Filament. So in behind this website, there is a Filament admin panel. So you can mix that. So that's why the Filament documentation said that admin panels and apps fast. So the apps you can use the whatever stack you like. You can use inertia with React, inertia with Vue, or but in the behind of that apps you can use Filament as the admin panel. So let's see. Okay. So this is the basic panel, the very first panel that you will have when you installing Livewire. When you installing Filament. Okay, and then there is a concept of how you can understand a panel. You can have, we can have multiple panels actually when we are working with Filament. For example, this one that I am logging in right now is a admin panel. This is a admin panel. By default, we naming it something like that. So you can logging into this panel, you can sign out, you can log in again, you can have multiple features, you can have register, you can have forgot password, you can have everything provided already by Filament. Okay, let's see. This is the panel. Also, you can have this styling option. And then on the left side, you can have every resource that you need that you have available in the panel. And you can manage this. Okay. Multiple panels. So like this. When you run Filament install, a new file created in app provider Filament, the admin panel provider. This file contains the configuration for /admin panel. See? The admin panel is available at /admin, but I have modified this. So there is so many things about panels, but I create as a summary of what you should know so you can develop better. First one is the path. path, you can check the documentation. Sorry. Let's see. Wait a moment. Let's have it like this. We close the AI assistant and then let's focus on how we can work. We have this admin panel providers, right? So everything that you want to change about the panel, it's available. It will be reflected here, and it will be available at this one, admin panel provider. So app providers, and filament. So you pick the admin panel provider. By default, this path is /admin, and when you save it, wait a minute. Okay. Sometimes we have to optimize it. This is not found right now because we already use path /admin. If we here, there is nothing because we do not have the route. Yeah, the route I disable this route, but if we enable it, okay, it needs more another optimize. See composer run dev. It's better like this. All right. Okay, we have this default welcome page, but when we want to go to the admin panel, we have to go to /admin. But so many questions from my students want to know, how if we do not want the /admin things. If you do not want such thing, it's simple. Go to this admin panel providers and then change this path into something like this. Then you will have different one. But still not refreshing. We should disable the default route then, and then I think we can have this. Oh no, this is still require PHP artisan optimize. Okay, something like this. We have the path change. So if you want your app is directly full filament, you can have setup like this. But if you want your setup to be filament as only the admin panel, then you will have to set it up like add the path into /admin and then use the other path for the front end for the user. All right, that's the first one. Let's talk about another things. First, you can have multiple panels. So there is a different approach. So my approach is that, what happened? Okay. My approach is that we have admin panels, but how if you want to have another panels? You can add another panels using this command. This one, PHP artisan make filament panels app. So one app can have multiple panels. Panels for administrator, for example, and panels for user for another example. If you want to split that panel, that's how you can work with it. But if you want one panel for everything, so you can use another plugin, something like Filament Shield. It's what happened with my keyboard. This one, Filament Shield. But this plugin have not confirmed the supported version for version 4 yet, but I hope it will be supported soon because this is very good. With this plugin, you can have one panel and multiple level, something like that. This is using Spati permission. This plugin is so good, you can use it. All right, let's continue with the path. Path is finished, and another thing that many students doesn't aware, or many learners about Filament, that Filament have a single page application mode. Let's see, what is the single page application mode? You can read another customization here, but I do not put it in my documentation, my summary, because this is too deep for us to learn right now. But you can simply learn the basic concept first. For example, this one is the single page app mode. So what is the single page app mode? The single page app mode utilize Laravel Wire navigate feature. Make your server render panel feel like a single page application. So if you want your panel act like a traditional panels, then you can have something like a single page feels like React Vue app. Then you can use you can choose to enable it by using this one, only one line SPA function in the panel object. All right, let's see. Did I enable this? Okay, this one is not in a SPA mode yet. All right, but let's see what happened with a non-SPA mode things. Let's see, inspect elements, and we have this dev console here. Let's see the console, and when we, all right, like this, I think better. Let's see the network. Okay, this is the basic types of filament. When we open, they will load so many things, but when you change into a single page app mode, this loading will be like a React and Vue and Ajax like thing, something like that. Let's see how it works. So add this SPA, then we have SPA mode. Let's see this one. It will load once, and then when we go to another page, it's only load a very small amount of requests. Different with the previous one. The previous one, without SPA mode, it's like so many things being requested to the server. But this one is only several requests, not all requests. Okay. This is when you want to have a single page app mode. But it depends on your needs, yeah, and your needs and your case of your project. Sometimes SPA mode good, sometimes it's not the best option, so you can choose you are going to SPA mode or not. In the SPA mode, you can also disable it for specific URLs. So sometimes one URL you doesn't want it to be in a single page app mode, and you can do this. But also there is another things. Interesting one is that enabling single page app mode prefetching. So this is like something usual in JavaScript based framework front end. You can use prefetching. So when user hover into something, then Filament will request that in behind before even the user loaded it. But when you are using hash prefetching to be true, please be careful that prefetching only works when SPA mode is enabled. That's one thing. But there is another things. Prefetching heavy page can lead into increased bandwidth usage and server load. So especially if user hover many links in quick succession, so you be careful with that decision. It's all on you. How will you use this single page app mode? Will you use prefetching or not? Something like that. Depend on your needs and depend on how your teams works. So, but it is available. The prefetching is available there. So when you have admin panels, things that you need to modify is this one. The ID is the admin. The path is the path where the endpoint you want to go. You can add single page app mode and everything. You can add prefetching also. Depend on your needs. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, one thing that I also like to is to customize content width. Where is the content width? Let's see. This is this one. Customizing the maximum content width. sometimes that our user works with a large monitor. When they working in a large white monitor, the filament panels looks like a little bit awkward because it's not filling the full width. So I usually use this setup. This one, max content width using width full. Let's see. You cannot. Oh, right. Sorry. Maybe like this. Maybe you can see the difference here. Let's see. Nah, this one. This is not the full width. There is a space here. But if we use the full width, it will be like flexing to the full of the monitor width. And I think this one is better, better setup because we have a larger area to work with instead of a small one. Let's see this one. Yeah, this is good for small tables, but in the end, when we are working with a huge table, this one is not very well good looking, I think. So we can change this like this. Full width, and full width. Yeah, but in the small table that only have 2 columns, it looks awkward because it's so large. But yeah, it's okay. But in my experience, our project will grow and the database will be increased. The number of the tables will increase. The number of columns sometimes change. So it's better to use full width, in my opinion, guys. So this is the customization, the path, the single page app, the max content width. Okay, let's continue with the next one. There is also interesting one, the unsafe change alert. So when user editing data, sometimes they navigate away. For you, when you want the user to be aware that there is something changed, something like this, but then they navigate away, we can create some alert to remind them. So we can use this syntax. Wait a minute. Alert. Nih, the unsafe change alert. This one is quite useful when we make sure the user aware of that change needs to be confirmed. Okay, let's see. We have this one. We have something unchanged. Then we go navigate the. It will give us alert of what we have changed and something needs to be done before that. So we can cancel and then we can save change to make sure. All right, that's a good one. Okay, and then we can have a custom middleware. Sometimes you're gonna need middleware. Oh, wait. Nah, this one. Sometimes in your apps, you are going to add some kind of middleware when we accessing the panel. You can add this by adding the function of middleware here in the panel setup. So sometimes you need to add middleware for authenticated users and everything. You can add this like this one, the auth middleware, or just a middleware. So everything. If sometimes maybe you like to logging something when user do something, then you can use this one. The panels for analytics sometimes. Yeah, it depends on your needs. But the point is that filament panels is very flexible, that you can use it for many needs. All right, unsafe already cleared. Path. Okay, database transaction always also fileable. So when you need your panel to use and all the process of saving into database wrap into a transaction, you can set it up globally in the panel. this one. By default, Filament doesn't wrap up operation into database transaction and allow user to enable this themselves when they have tested to ensure their operations are safe and wrapped into a transaction. So if you need this to be wrapped into a transaction, you can enable this like this. However, you can enable database transaction at once for all operation by using the database transactions method. So you can use this method, I think, in panel. For whole panel will be used database transaction, or you can use it on the resource. Yeah, this is an option. For any action that do not want to be wrapped into a transaction, you can use database transaction false when there is a create action, edit action, delete action, and everything, and add this method. But yeah, this depends on your needs. Maybe you will need this, maybe not, but it's good that you need to know that. All right. Okay. Another things that very important for you to know that there is a strict authorization function. Yeah, there is strict authorization mode. When working with Filament resource, and you are someday you will need a SPATI permission like this shield, Filament shield. This Filament shield requires us to have a strict authorization. It requires us to have a policy to our resource. That's why I think it's good to have a strict authorization mode when developing a Filament panel with Filament shield. Because sometimes our programmers, our friends, our team is forgot to set up the policy. So every model and every resource in Filament that will be need to be applied Laravel permission with shield need a policy file. That's why when you want to work with this, I will recommend you to use a strict authorization. Let's see what is the effect of the strict authorization here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we have internal server error because I have a models of a city, but I do not have the policy. So you have to generate it, this file. Because if you forgot and you use Laravel Filament Shield and Laravel permission from SPATI, those resource who doesn't have the policy, it will not shown, and you will end up by debugging like 1 hour and do not know why, because it's simple. You do not have a policy file. That's from my experience, you will need this. So enable strict authorization. Just enable it. So if you make policy city, all right. I do not know what is the naming. Okay, we have this naming problems. All right. All right. We have this forbidden right now because our city is always returning false. Let's see, change it true. True. All right. Then we have this another problems. Okay. Yeah, another things to fix. Right, everything is fixed. But later on, when you are using Filament Shield, it will be taken from the ability. Can you edit this? Can you delete this? Can you do something with this? Can you view this? It's using this policy. All right. Okay. Another things about filament panels. The error notification. You can enable this and disable this one. Let's see. Configuring error notification. So when you develop a filament, the error will be pop up into a modal, something like that. But when you develop, it's okay. But when you releasing it, I will recommend you to customize this, so it will not throwing the errors to the raw errors to the end user. So either you disable it completely, or you can add error notification, something like this. So yeah, just to make it not intimidating to the end user. And then you can check the real error in the filament logs or the Laravel logs. It's better like that, if you need this one. And you can also have a custom asset. So sometimes when we are working with the filament, we need some assets that not available in the filament panels, and we can register them with custom assets. This one, we can register some styling, we can register from custom JavaScript special for this panel. So back again, it depends on your needs, but you will need this somehow in your filament journey. You will need this. There is another things that very basic in the filaments. You can enable and disable some features. For example, this is only login, right? And then you will need you will always need registration, forgot password, and etc. Then you can add this method register, I think. All right, registration. I think it is registration. Oh no, I forgot, guys. Register. Okay. Oh, not register. All right, let's check the configuration. Features. Yeah, they forgot to put this into documentation, or I forgot to resource panels. Where is the panels? There's only this one. Yeah, I think they forgot to add very important parts of the documentation. But somehow it's available in the filament tree, I think. All right, let's see. We have this one. Forgot. What is it available? Oh no, where is it in the filament file? Okay, let's see into my repositories. Kaido Git. Please be patient a little bit. Sorry. Admin panel provider. Yes, we have this. Registration, login, and password reset. Something like this. All right. The filament out is not available. You need to optimize the route again. And then we have this one. So you have a sign up forms, and you have a forgot password forms. And you can go back to login. And because we enable the SPA mode, you can see that this is so smooth. No loading available. So if you disable it, it will be something like this. So you can see the spinner. But if you enable the SPA mode, we have this. All right. I think that's all that you need to know about filament for panels that I can give you information for these videos. Let's go to the next section. The filament for resource in the next section. All right. See you guys next section. Alright guys, let's continue these videos with the next section, all you need to know about Filament for resource. Alright, for the resource, we will talk about CRUD, CRUD, maybe in I don't know what you people call it, but usually it's CRUD operation master tables. And what is the CRUD operation? Create, read, update, and delete something. Delete a models, update a models, read a models, create a models. Or maybe you can say, maybe some usually says this is a master tables, but in Filament it is called a resource. One models that we have, that we attach the feature for creating it, to read it, to update it, and to delete the models. It is in Filament it is called a resource. How you will create a resource in Filament? You can use this command: PHP artisan make filament dash resource and the name of the models. So when you creating it, you will be generated this kind of files. So there is this is the resource, the custom resource.php. There is a pages folder, and there is a schemas folder, and there is a tables folders. This is quite different from what happened in Filament version 3. But I think the way Filament version 4 creating this folder and separating these files is way much better than the Filament version 3. So in the version 4, we have a clear difference when we want to change the forms, it will be in this file. When we want to change the tables, it will be in this customer tables file. And all of these pages are referenced in the customer resource. So let's see in action how is the code will be look like. Okay, this is how a filament resource will be looks like in a filament panel. So when you say a panel, this is the whole thing is a panel. This is the admin panel providers, and then we have this navigation here on the left. The left one shows the resource. So the resource is representing one models, and we can have a CRUD operation in here. We have the tables. This is the customer resource. So if you have customer models, then you will have a customer resource only after you create the resource by using this command. So this is PHP artisan make filament resource and the model names. So be careful, you have to add the model names. Then it will generate these files. So customers, pages, schemas, tables. All right. Then you will have this one. So you can create new. It will be in a new page or in a forms. It depends on how you setting it up. And let's see another types of the resource. This is the default resource. Edit. Okay. Cancel. New. Cancel. And you want to create new resource. It will be created, and then we go back to the province. Okay, this one. So in Filament, by using this, if you already set up your model properly, and then you can have this resource almost instantly. You just have to run this command. You will not have to edit any HTML. You do not have to edit almost no PHP file, but you will have to use this command: PHP artisan make filament resource, the model name, and dash generate. What is this dash generate did is that it will generate the forms, the tables, and edit tables, the edit form, create form, and tables automatically. Also, usually in Filament version 3, I will do the model migration factory first. But in the Filament version 4, you will have this automatically generated by the Filament version 4. This is a very good comment, so please make sure that you use this. Make filament resource customer model migration factory. So let's try to recreate this customer resource, right? We are using PHP artisan, make filament resource, then the name of the model customer -- generate. I will overwrite the existing customer resource like this one. Then let's see what happened. The title, I can skip this one. It will ask generate read-only view page. I think I will do yes. If you already have the files, it will ask you, will you overwrite it? And I will overwrite everything. But if you create this from new resource without existing resource, it will not ask you these things. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Sometimes we have to PHP artisan optimize. Right, sorry. See, we have this customers resource generated automatically, like this one. But it fails to detect the forms for profile pictures. It should be image column, and it should be a forms with file upload. But this is not necessary to be teach right now. It will be in the next section, in the table section and the form section. Okay, we have this one almost instantly. But let's see if you do not use the flag generate, because in the previously I used this dash generate, right? But what if we do not use the generate flag? All right, let's see like this. Yes. PHP artisan optimize. Okay, we have this one. This without the generate flag. I don't know. In the Filament 4, it's already generated. Usually in the Filament version 3, it is not generated. It's only blank tables and a blank forms. But here in the Filaments, it's already generated automatically. Okay. Let's see. Is there any update from the documentation or not? All right. Okay. Resource. Is there this generate? Filament can automatically generate the forms and table for you. This is the documentation. It is already generated here. But if you do not use, it's supposed to be an empty column and empty tables and empty columns, no columns and no form edit and create forms. Let's see if we delete. Okay, and then we are going to optimize this. There will be no customers. All right. Wait a minute. Okay. Province, cities, we have this one. Okay, let's see. Let's try again. With this one is without generate. I will use. It asking us about should the configuration be generated from the current database columns. If we choose no, it will only generate like, why I have always to optimize. This one is without generate flag. But if you use the generate flag, it will be different. So let's try delete again. And optimize again, and then, but we add the generate flag, right? Read only, we see yes, and then it will generate a forms and tables for us automatically. Let's see this one. We have this forms, we have this tables, different with without generate. But now the Filament version 4 already asks us would we generate the tables and forms based on the columns on the database. It's a good improvement. But of course, this is not the best that we wanted, because the UI is very flat and everything. Now that's why when you working with filaments, you will edit only after you create the resource. Then you will be working mainly on the resource files. So something like this. We have pages, edit, list, view, but this is rarely being edited. You will always edit here, edit the forms, edit the info list, edit the tables. Tables, where is the tables? This one, customer tables, right? This folder, customer tables, and the customer resource here. The customer resource is the file that glue all together this subfolder and files. All right, let's go to the next things. So by far, this is the core concept of Laravel that you should understand before going to Filament PHP. So as long as you are already good in Laravel with model, migration, factory, seeders, policy, form requests, everything, then you should be very easy for you to transition to Filament resource-based way of development. So as long as you can create this, and then you can create the resource. Once you create the resource, you will get the CRUD feature almost automatically, and then you will just have to configure the UX of the tables, UX of the forms and the columns, the info list, because the default generated page is so flat. So there is no section, there is no file upload, right? So this is the picture, profile picture is basically just a text column. That's why we will need to learn the next section later on about the forms and the tables. But let's focus on the resource first. Okay. When you want to customize the resource, one resource contains three things: the forms, the tables, the info list. It's available here in the forms, the info list, and the tables. So almost likely that these three files that you will have to edit and modify in order to work with filaments. And then after you understand these files, there will be several things that usually user request for us to customize about one resource. The first one is label and naming. So we can add record attribute name to the models, because if it is not if it is using the default, it will be used the model's name. But if you want to customize the record title attribute, you will have to add these things, the record article attribute to your resource. So when Filament say resource, then it will be this resource, customer resource. See? And then you can add this customization here. If you are curious, you can check what is this class, parent class have function, and you can check further to the parents of this class also. What is this class belongs to? what is this class, the variables, the attributes that this class have. Okay, we can add this one. Let's see. I think I should add the customization. This one, I think. Record forms, record titles. Yeah, like this. I will add this so when you look at this node, it can be easily accessed. Okay. Might be set for your resource, which is the name of the column on your model that can be used to identify it from others. So this is the record title attribute. So sometimes you will need this, sometimes you will not, but I'm not using this one actually. I also usually customize the model labels. So this one, the model labels. Why? Because sometimes we need to customize this one, maybe for another language, maybe for something else, but you somehow need to change this. For example, this is new C with small c customer, but you want like uppercase C, then you can change it here in the model labels. So let's see, can we add this one? This is quite tedious when we working with Filament, because usually our user requests something that so small, but it's hard to be customized if we do not know the Filament works. So this one, I can change from the small c to capital C, right? It's all capital. And then you can use automatic label capitalization. No, this is new, I think, in the Filament version 4. So let's see, instead of modifying it like that, you can change it like this. Let's see. Okay, it is not has title case. All right. Let's how if we set it to false, but it's not working. All right, so let's go back to the previous one. I don't know why it is not working, but let's see. But this one is working, so you guys use this one. All right, then customizing the plural model labels. This is small things that you need to know. I don't know when will you need this, but it can be customized. Okay. In page titles, the navigation menus, and the breadcrumbs. Okay. Page titles, navigation menus, and the breadcrumbs. Okay, this one. Let's see. Is it small? This is not small. Okay. Do I have to optimize forever? Okay. Yeah. I think it's not working. Why? I don't know. Yeah, maybe you can check, guys. Okay, let's go to another things. Usually user will request you to modify the label and naming somehow, sometimes in your projects. And then to customize other things is like adding navigation and icons, sorting the navigation. You can use this navigation sort. I always use this one. And there's another things, customizing the eloquent queries. Yes, this is if you want to customize the default queries that being used by the tables. But let's try to navigation items and labels. Okay. All right. Icon. I think I have icon. This one. The navigation icon. Supports the name of any blade component by default. Hero icons are installed. Okay. It's like so long right now how to type this in Filament version 4, but usually in the Filament version 3 is shorter. But yeah, let's use this. This one, hero icon outline rectangle stack. You can change this. Go to the hero icon. You can have so many options. Let's say we have, sorry. All right. Arrow, down circle. Then let's see this one, customers, arrow, down circle. You can modify it like that. Also, there is a navigation sort usually. Let's see if the AI knows. Add navigation sort. Not this one. How is the code? Like this. Yeah, it is quite different from the Filament version 3. So if you want this to be sorted like number 2, but because the other resource doesn't have a default sort, so it will sort only when another navigation also have a sorting number. So let's see if we add another resource like cities, city resource. All right, we add this into number 1. So the first it will be city. Okay, let's see. We set the cities to be the first one, but because the province is not have a navigation, so we also have to add a province resource. This one, cities 2, and then customer resource will be the third one. All right, let's see. Yeah, province, cities, customers. So what if we change this into 1, this one into 2, and city resource into 3, right? The first one will be customer, second one will be province, and the third one will be city. Let's see, right? This is already changed. So in your projects, later on, the navigation will be there will be so many resources, and of course, because there is so many resources, there will be so many navigation. For example, this is one of my projects. If you check this, there will be so many resources. We can grouping it like this one. Right. But let's see if I have the notes about that. Okay. Grouping the navigation items. We can make a group for the navigation items. Wait a minute. This one. We can add this into, okay, this is quite weird, the syntax. It's quite different from the Filament version 3, but yeah, whatever. Okay. We can, in the Filament version 4, we have option to under other items, grouping navigation items under other items. Okay. This is interesting. I have not tried this one. It's like we have sub menu, but let's do this right now. We can add the province resource into their own groups, right? I don't know. Navigation group will be maps, for example, a city resource. We have this one. All right. I don't know what is this syntax, but yeah, let's just try it. See, if you grouping it, it will be have something like this. So it is quite good, right? cities. You can group this on the resource, but you also can make this group on the panel. Right, where is it? This is one way to creating a group in the resource. There will be another way. Filament panels. Okay. Navigation groups. There is a navigation, there is a resource. Yeah, quite confusing a little bit, but this one. Yeah, this one. You can also register the navigation on the panel. Yeah, look at this one. It belongs to a panel object, right? Panel navigation. We can create a group. We can call the page resource and get navigation items and etc. Yeah, this is quite different from the Filament version 3, but it's okay. We can use it. All right, let's go to another customization that I usually use beside the navigation icon and groupings. We have custom eloquent query. This is a quite deep topic, but usually when we are working in the real project, there is some limitation for a table that certain user can check or can open or can see and everything. You can use it either using filament shield to limit the capabilities by for viewing, editing, creating, updating. But when the viewing, we can add another scope. For example, for a user that was not administrator, they can only see their own resource, the resource that they created. But how we can customize such thing in the filament resource? We can do that by adding this customize the eloquent resource query, resource eloquent query. So where is these things? You can add this function because it's very easy to apply to your own query consent or model scope. So you can add a model scope in the models, filament Laravel models, but you can also use it, customize the eloquent queries. So for example, if it is on show only the active one, show only the one that not being created by the user, you can customize it like that. All right, so let's see, where is this documentation? All right, resource eloquent. Nah, this one. I will put it into the notes. Okay. Within Filament, every query to your resource will start with the get eloquent queries method. So this method will be called. Yeah. Every query to your resource, it will use this get eloquent query method. Because of this, it is very easy to apply your own query constraint or model scopes that affect the entire resource. Okay, where is this? The question is, where is this thing? It's in the filament. All right. It's like in the model scope, maybe. I forgot. For example, city resource get relation. Okay, maybe it's here. Resource, let's check resource. Does it have a get eloquent query? Yes, this one. It's get eloquent queries method. So you can override this one. So we can use this, right? But unfortunately, I do not have the flag of is active. Okay, because I'm copying and paste. But which builder is this? Database eloquent, I think. Let's see. Is the cities working? Oh, it's not working at all. Oh yeah, because this is working actually. Because we are filtering where is active is true, and there is no is active column actually in the database, so it shows nothing. So our code is working with accidentally working, I can say. But let's see if we disable this. There is no return value, so we have to do something. But we remove the where and add the semicolon. We get all the cities back. But what if this time we will accept the city? Where city? Oh, right. Wait a minute. What is a city model? Name. Name like something with A. Let's see. We have 41 result. Okay, let's change to B. All right. We have 13 result. All right, this eloquent queries works. All right, that's it, guys. I think you will get the idea how the filament resource works. You can create a resource from the models. You will have to need to have the filament models. The Laravel models. You can generate it. You can use it to use this command to generate everything. You can generate the form, the tables automatically. Then there will be some customization that you will need to know. This is the common customization that I have. The labeling, the navigation, the naming, the icon, the group. And then for a more specific use case, you can customize the resource eloquent query. Here, you can use it to customize it like simple like this, or you can add some more logic. If, for example, if this is admin, then you can give another eloquent queries. If this is not admin, you can give this eloquent queries, something like that. All right, that's it for this section. See you guys in the next section. I hope you get some insight about filament resource in this section. All right, guys, let's go. We continue to the next section where we will talk about the filament table. So we already have the resource. Then you know that the resource contains forms, table, and info list. In this section, I will talk about the tables. What is the tables and how we can modify and customize this table to follow our needs. All right. Every filament tables have something like this. You by defining a resource, you will already have a tables. Each table will have these columns and will automatically have a pagination and these pagination links. You can set up the number of the data and the pagination links. You also can modify this default. By default, it is like 5, 10, and 20, something like that. And then the navigation will be looks like this one. Okay. The basis of any table is rows and columns. So it will be have a rows and it will be a column. It will represent your models. Filament use eloquent to get the data for the rows in the tables and are responsible for defining the columns that are used in that row. So Filament will already give you so many options to use in these columns. It will be in a form of a component or widget or something that built on based on the Livewire. All right. Okay. Please wait a moment. Okay. This is our projects. Okay. You already know that there is this resource. This resource can be modified. It will be contains customers. Will contains tables. Each table will have a data type. So For example, this table we have a name, phone, and profile picture. In Filament, we can use the available Filament table columns that we can modify and we can use in this column. So for example, name is okay, phone is okay, but the profile picture is a little bit problematic because it shows the image not showing, it shows the image name not showing the image. So you can go to Filament PHP and go here, then check the table columns. There will be so many types of columns that are available. You can check text column, icon column, image column, and this time we will talk about image column. So we will use this image column to replace this one. So how we can do that? So you can do that by going to customer resource, and let's see this one. Customer resource have tables, right? But in Filament 4, the table is moved to this customer tables. Okay. Here in this file, you will get the definition of all the columns. So when you look at these things, you get this one. It's toggleable. Okay. This one is hidden. And then there's one is the profile picture. You see that there is a text column here. It should be changed into a picture columns. Image column. All right, image column. Make the column name in the database, and then because this is not going to be searchable, so we will remove the searchable. You can modify all the properties of the image column. You can make it circular. You can have it give it a labels. You can make it toggleable, but I do not want to do this. I want to show this one. All right, let's see. See, you have this image column. Previously, the column is different. It showed the text, but now it's showing the image, right? If you do not want this to be a circular, you can change in like this. We also have many other properties with like 108. All right, 100. Let's see. So you can change the image size. All right, it's already handled by the Filament. And if you go to the view, this is a materials for info list, but I don't think we're gonna explain in this section. Let's focus on the table first. Then we have this. Okay, there is a searchable properties here, right? You can, it is deprecated. I don't know. There is image height, and there is image width. I don't know, image height. There is height deprecated. Use image height. Okay. All right. Image height. Something like this. Okay. We got a better result. I think we stay in 100 and then make it 200. Yeah, it's changed. So it depends on your setting. How do you want to display your image? Yeah, you can make it circular, something like this. Or you want to okay, make it circular but bigger. Okay. This is the image column. You can check the other properties of the columns. So many other columns: image color columns, toggle column, text input column, and etc. It depends on your needs. What do you want to show and what do you want to use in the table on the Filament tables. But the point is that you know which column, which type of the column to be used, and then import it up here and then use it. Okay, there is also these properties searchables. These searchables will be reflect to this one, Solomon, for example, and then 1, 2, 3, for example. So you have this column searchable, and then every column that you want to search can be searched here in this one. There is also this hidden column, right? You can hide, you can show some of them, and there is so many other options that you will have to know about filament tables. For example, there is this one. So table will have this sortable. Oh yeah, sortable, you can also sort the columns. So you just have to add this line, and then you will have this sorting functionalities depend on the filament data. So it will query to your backend, to your database, and it will sort it according to this one. So it's very easy because Filament already provide everything: sortable, searchable, relationship. Okay, let's show the relationship. So for example, these cities, city will belongs to province, right? So how do you show this relationship data in the Filament? To show it, you can use this province, city resource. So back to basics. So previously I already told you that you need to know this concept: Laravel model, migration factory, seeder policy, and farm request. If you know that, then you can set up, I believe that you can set up the relationship properly. You have to set up the models, you have to set up the migration and on the foreign key, and also you have to set up the relationship in the model. So I will just show you the city model. All right, city will have this function, belongs to, and the province will have this function. Cities has many. So once this one is set up, then you can use this on the table. The table will be look like this. All right. So it's super easy. So when you want to show something that related to another tables, you just have to call the model and the relation name. So from cities, this is a cities table. It will use city model, and then we use city models have province, right? Have this column province, and then this province will have name. So let's check. City has province. Province is province.class. In the province class, we'll have this property. So that's why it's mentioned province.name. So if you want to show the province name and the city, this is how you doing it. Okay, another things about that filtering. Yeah, because we already have this searching ability, you also sometimes you are going to need filtering. This one. So about the table, you will have to master this filtering documentation, because it will be improve your filament tables, because it provide this filter. So in this filter, you can apply multiple criteria to the filament tables. But of course, when you apply a filter, you should create a query builder. So a query builder to help the filament to decide what to do when there is some parameter sent from the filter. There is so many available filters. So like checkbox, select, ternary, you can check. There is no UI about this. It will be look something like this, and then it will throw the parameter from the filter to your eloquent query, and then the table will be updated according to that eloquent query. But here is the catch, that Filament using eloquent query to filter this. So you cannot use my Laravel DB facade, I think, DB class to query this one. You will have to use Filament Laravel eloquent model. So it's a little bit tricky. So be careful when you are creating filter, because it will have a possibility that your filter will be heavy because it's not pure MySQL queries, because it's using Laravel eloquent. So please be careful when making the filter. All right. There is so many ways to customize it, but I think you will get the ideas that everything in this one. So let's see, do I have some examples? Right. Do I have examples? Oh, okay. Now I do not have the example for now. Maybe I will explain in the more detailed videos about the filament basic, but I think this is enough. But you should know that the table can be searched, can be sort, can be filtered, okay? And there will be have pagination and etc. Also in the table there is an action. So if you want to know what is an action, is that this one. Action is every buttons or every action. Yeah, its action is an action that available in the table. So something like this. So you can create edit action, delete action. If we check now that Filament only generate as edit and view by default for these tutorials, but you can add another action. So if you want to know the action will be available here. Record actions, there will be edit action, and then of course this cities only have edit action. But if we check in the customer, we have a different action. We have two action, view action and edit action. So how if you want to add a delete action? So we can add this delete action. See, we have this delete. So it will delete the data automatically. All right, then what should we do again? Action is already the pagination. You can customize this pagination links. I think it will be available here. Yeah, customizing the pagination option. So this one. And this one is usually my from my experience that some user really wanted to customize the tables, yeah, something like that, 10, 20, 50, 100. But this one 5, okay. Let's see. I don't know why. Oh, this is not here. Why this is not working? Okay, let's see if we have 20 for the beginning. Yeah, this is 20 page per 20 data per page. So it's depend on your needs. So if you want it 5, 1, 2, 3, whatever, you just add this one. 3 data per page, it's only 3. So it will be another pagination. All right, then action, delete action already explained, relationship already explained. Okay, reorderable. So this is interesting because Filament already provide reorderable in the tables. Let's see. Reordering records, this one. The reordering records. So when we use Filament, we already get this feature. So we can have a table that are that can be reordered. So where is these things will be useful? I have these projects. I hope this still. Nah, this one. It will be looks like something like this. So we have this control to allow the reorderability, and then we can change the order. Then checkbox. This will be reflected to this one. Sorry. Nah, this the first one is demo scheduled, then qualified, and then let's see. So I think should be a proposal first. or qualified. Okay, anything like this, then let's see. We can have board that have this one, qualified, proposal, demo, schedule. So it will follow the order of this column. The filament already support this, but there is some things that you should know, that you have to add a new column that have the name like this. It will be the key for the reorderable number. It will assign a number for the reorderable, and then you put it to your Eloquent migration, and then you use this in the filament tables. It's easy. Okay. Let's see. But I do not have the examples for that one. Let's see. Let's just open another project. All right. This one. If you want to know the code, stage resource. So, this one is in Filament 3, guys. A little bit different, but you can check, you can see the difference between Filament 3 and Filament 4. In Filament 4, the resource file will be clean like this, but in the Filament 3, the default resource file is like bloated with form and function code. So they move it to another files. But this is like this. Okay, we have this one. Just add one line, reorderable, and then the default sortnya, and then the default sort column. Then we have this stage model. We have this fillable sort, and then we also have this stage table. At the beginning, I just add the stage table, but then stage tables, I add another column. I add a sort column, right? Default is 0. So you can use that column to save your sorting order. All right. Okay, that's it. I think about filament tables that you have to know. It's very simple. Everything in the table, it's there. You can add a row via the database, and you can customize the column. You can show the column. You can hide the column. You can set up the pagination. You can use custom column, image column, icon column, and etc. And there is also sortable features, searchable features. Relationship is also supported. Don't care how deep is the relationship, as long as that relationship can be queried using Eloquent, it will be shown in your tables. Also filtering, there is something that you need to know, that the filtering also use Eloquent models. So your DB query will not work. So you will have to use Eloquent here in the filament resource, in the filament table, I'm sorry. And then there is an action, there is a pagination, and there is a reorderable. For reorderable, you just have to add another column sort in your models. Migration, and also, yeah, you have to add that new column. All right, I think that's all about filament tables. We have covered a lot, and I hope you get the insight of how you can use this in your projects. Okay, see you guys in the next section. Alright guys, this is the last section of the how to master Filament 4 in one videos. So in the last section, I would like to share to you about all you need to know about Filament 4 forms. Why? Because this is the final parts of the resource that you need to know. So we have a resource will have forms, table, and in police. We have talked about tables previously, and then we will work with the forms. But instead of explaining to you all one by one about the documentation, I will give you overview of the filament forms that you will need to go here and then find whatever types of the forms fields that are already available by Filament. and how it can reduce your workflow. Okay, all right. So let's do a practical things right now. We have these forms, we have these tables from a resource, from the customer resource. But as you can see that this image is still like in text, right? But what we want is we want to show the image here. I think I already show it in the previous section about the table. Remember that every filament component have their own kind of entries, field, and input. So in the tables, we can say that when you work with table, you only go to model name, customer, and then tables. Okay, this is how you go to the tables function. Everything that you edit here will be reflected to this one. Okay, all right, so let's fix the profile picture. I would like to show an image column. So when we work in tables, almost everything is appended with a text column. So if you want to add an image, then it will be an image column. So let's do this. Image column. Image column. Then we make this profile pictures and make it a circular one. All right, let's see. Okay, we have the image already provided here. When we delete it, it will delete it. When we go edit, it's still in the text because we haven't fixed the form yet. When we view, it is also in the text because we doesn't fix the info list. Okay, let's go fix the info list. When you want to fix the view page, it will be in an info list name. So go here, Command P, go to customer, and then type info list. So this is the view page. So when you go to here, you can see that there is a profile picture here. Then you can change it into text input, text entry, because in the filament info list you will use entry. Usually it will be named an entry. Okay, so let's see. We have this one, view. All right, text entry. Oh, sorry, this is text entry. We change to image entry. Make profile picture. It is square. If you want to make it circular, and then we add the circular method. All right. Okay, we have this circular shape of an image. Okay, then we can continue to the forms. Now, the forms is applies similar logic. There will be some naming convention for that. We go to customer, then we go to form. Right, this is the form that give us the UI to create and edit the customer resource. So when you using forms, then there is this documentation. You will have almost all standard form is available in the filament framework, filament component. So almost all. But if there is some form element or form input, form components, form field that you need that doesn't available, you can go to the here, go to plugin, and then you can go to form customization here. So for example, you need maps. Unfortunately, in the Filament version 4 is not available yet, but it's already available for Filament 3. We just have to wait this library is updated. So if you want a location picker, for example, you can use these libraries. But for most of the time, for most of the works, all of this field is already enough. Okay, for example, in this project, we have this image, but the form for new customer is using a text entry. So we have to change this text, sorry, not text entry, text input. We have to change this into a form upload. File upload, I'm sorry. Nah, this one. So as long as the field that you need is available in here, and then you can use it. Okay, how do we use it? Yeah, you just have to read it. So use filament file upload, and then there will be a file upload component, and then make the column name. This component is so good because it's already used file pon. If you know that there is a file uploading library, this is the file pon is so good. But imagine if you have to set it up manually using FilePon.js, and then you have to add the JavaScript, you have to add the HTML, have to add everything. It will take so much time, and you also have to handle the security and everything. But with Filament, it already give us this component automatically using FilePon, and all of the configuration is available here for you to modify, for you to set up. Just have to read it and apply a correct configuration. So this time just make a very simple implementation into the profile picture. I will use a file upload component. Yeah, let's see. All right, file upload. Then the name of the column that will be used. Okay, let's see. It's changed as simply as writing one line, and we have this component already easy to use, available for production, right? But how is about the edit form? You don't have to worry, because edit form will also update it accordingly, right? We have the image, we have the edit view, we have the forms. Okay, so let's try. New customer, ABC, DS, everything. The phone number is supposed to be like this, just a number. And then I will use this again. So if we create it, we have it, right? Easy, super easy. You don't have to think about how to implement FilePon, how to configure things, how to edit things, everything. You don't have to think about that. But yeah, because you are uploading this for a profile picture, it's supposed to be an image, right? So we can add this function, image. It will limit the file into an image. But what if you want to do more things, right? Like, this one, image editor, image file type. All right. Previewing file type validations. Okay, we can limit the file into some configuration. There is a JPEG, PNG, or whatever, but I forgot where it is. But it's still here, yeah. But let's try it now. If we upload something that was not an image, for example, because I already add the image function, then when we open this, we cannot import other file other than an image file. So for example, like this one, it's already automatically handled by the Filament. So easy. That's how do you work with form fields. Custom form fields you can use. You can use form field available from Filament. You can use form available from a plugin or whatever. So many things that help you develop faster. All right, but you know, your form is looks ugly, right? What is this? This is not fun. Here is things that I will usually do. Example, I will add a section. So usually you go to, where is it? Section, form section. Okay, I think it is not here. Forms layout. Usually in the Filament version 3, they have this documentation dedicated to understanding layout. Let's see, layout. layout, tables, filter, layout, forms, grid layout. We have it. Oh no, this is a repeater. Okay, let's ask the AI. So you do not have to implement so long. Okay, let's see. Add section to this form. Yeah, I hope the AI already updated. Section. Section. What is schemas component section? I don't believe it is. Okay, you have this. We have these customer sections. Wait, sorry. I do not want to do full chat right now. Make the section full width. Seriously, there is a function full width? No, there is no function, no such thing. All right, let's see. Okay. Column, I think column. Yeah. So bad. The AI is so bad. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, you are going to a debugging journey with me, man. Sorry, man. Sections. This is a table sections. Where is the form section? Okay, this is doesn't exist. I don't know where this is. I think it's enough. See you guys in the next videos. If you enjoy these videos and you really want to know, want to learn more about Filament, you can buy my course. It will be available in Udemy. It will be available in my site. It will be available in the maybe some of them in the YouTube. So if you like my teaching, you like the way I do my coding things, even though this is failed, but I hope you get the good insight of how filaments work from my videos. See you guys in the next videos. See you guys in the course.